I mean, I'm, I'm, s- I think baseball is still a great sport, and I think you should, if you have the chance, if you can go to any live sporting event, baseball's the one.
Oh, definitely.
Without a doubt, I think
Especially if you want to pay
baseball.
$8.50 for a beer and like $9 for a hot
See, and
dog.
that's the problem with it's not popular on TV anymore. That's an obvious fact everybody can agree to because we just said the atmosphere. But tickets nowadays are ridiculous. Like a Yankee Stadium nosebleed is like $75 a ticket.
I think the worst part about baseball on TV is that they don't have an option to tune out the announcers and just listen to the ambiance. The thing about American sports, like if you watch soccer in England, the announcers will only comment during a goal or during like if it's been 10, 15 minutes of silence and they'll say something. Here in America, we need to fill every second with talking.
But
Every
people
second on air
want
needs to
that.
be. I don't know about you, but I'll try to find like the on my radio. I'll try to find that button that I can change what's going on and try to get to like the tunnel to where I don't hear the announcers anymore. I just hear the football players. I hear the people in the crowd. I hear the guy yelling for butt scratchers.
I
The
mean,
stuff that
but
makes me feel like I'm actually there.
yeah, but I think the announcement nowadays has added a lot. If you look at football, for example, from like 20 years ago to now, even the way it's brought to you on TV is different. There's now the little scoreboard in the corner with the timeouts and the percentage of passing that Peyton Manning has just thrown and all that stuff is there. Where before it was just a guy talking and them just throwing the football,
Like the John Madden days.
where he just overanalyzed
Oh yeah.
little
I
things.
mean, if you don't score points,
You're
the
not
other
going.
team's gonna win.
Yeah, but I think football used to have that the thing baseball does with the people watching, but I think nowadays with the no huddle offense becoming such a big factor, that's not it's losing that because there's less downtime.
And I think that's what America likes so much about sports. That's why no one can catch into soccer because oh, it's so boring. They don't understand that the precision and the skill that it takes to do it because it's not violent, it's not there, it's not always appealing to the sense of attention that we have.
Yeah, I think the violent is the biggest part of that. It's not a violent sport and there's not a whole lot of scoring. People like basketball because you average 100 points. People like football because you can score 45 points.
And
Now,
then destroy someone at the same time.
now it's like you can score 45 points, and it's like, oh, Manning had a pretty good day.
Yeah, I mean, he only threw five.
Drew Brees had an okay day today, or a pretty good day. I mean, you look at it back then, like back 20 years ago, it was like 17-6.
I mean, like back in the day, Troy Aikman would get like 180 yards and two touchdowns, and oh man, that's a great game for
Yeah.
Troy Aikman. That was well done.
Now Tom
Mainly because
Brady.
all he did was hand off to Emmitt Smith, but still.
But I mean, now Tom Brady does that, and it's like, wow, Tom Brady had a horrible day.
200 yards, three touchdowns.
And
I got to drop him on the fantasy league. It's over.
then soccer doesn't have the scoring, but neither does hockey. But hockey has fights.
Hockey has destructive hits.
Like hockey is very violent. So that's what I'm surprised rugby hasn't caught on
That's
here.
what I'm saying. Like rugby is probably one of the most violent sports. Like
I
there are tales
it's
of people in baseball who break their nose and leave, but there's this tale of a guy in rugby who literally cut open his genital area, went to the bench, had it stapled shut, and then came back out and continued to
yeah,
play.
rugby and hockey are probably the two most physical sports. And I think hockey just because
Followed by cricket.
yeah, cricket's up there. But I think
I mean, if you want
baseball
to talk about people hitting the ground, though, soccer is by far the most violent sport because if somebody comes within 3 inches of you, they've broken your knee.
yeah, you're done. And see, I think America doesn't like that. I don't think they like flopping. Because the NBA, you watch the NBA and it's like, wow, way to
No,
flop.
no. Good job, LeBron.
Way to, all right, Manu, get up. You're okay. But I think that
Get it? Because
base,
he's European?
yeah, baseball will always be top four in sports. No, hockey will get kicked out before baseball when soccer makes it to the big four. I don't know. I don't think soccer's there yet, but I think soccer's very, very close.
I don't think that hockey will be kicked out before baseball, sadly. I think
I do.
hockey's growing so quickly that it's going to take baseball's place.
I think hockey has plateaued. I think the people that watch hockey are going to watch hockey.
I'm just now getting into hockey.
And I think you're one of the very few. At this point, you either like hockey or you don't. Like, you either have a team you follow. I mean, how often have you watched a hockey game on TV?
Like 4 times last season
In
at
the
the very
playoffs.
end. And the playoffs. Everybody loves hockey
Yeah.
playoffs.
All right, hockey playoffs are the best playoffs there are. Baseball is pretty good. They probably. See, baseball is just. the
Basketball
ser-
playoffs, though.
the series are. I don't like the series stuff. It's like okay, 3 game series, that's okay.
7-game series, okay, I'm tired.
Yeah, like oh, I hope that's a sweep. I hope he pitches a perfect game and it's over.
Perfect game in the World Series. That'd be nice.
But that's something interesting too. Baseball has so much history behind it that people are like, well, shorten the game, and people are like, oh no, you can't do that. But
Then you won't watch.
you think about it, why don't you want to do? Why would you not want to shorten a game to 6 innings?
Because 7th-inning stretch.
Well, because everybody's not going to break the record for home runs or all that stuff. It doesn't matter anymore because steroids have ruined that. Barry Bonds is a home run leader whether you like it or not.
Yeah, I think that might be taken away from him in the next coming years. Just
if,
like they won't put him in the Hall of Fame.
If it's
Just
taken
like they
away
did
from
Sammy
him,
Sosa.
if it's taken away from him, it's a little different. But right now, he's a home run leader, and we can't say who used steroids and who didn't back like then. So who's to say that whoever has records are clean? What are you doing?
I was just checking things. Almost clicked out of it. Our bad. Almost ruined everything.
It's already a tainted game, so you might as well just take it to 6 innings. More people watch.
I don't think I'm more likely to. I'm more likely to watch a game in the 9th inning than I am to watch a 6
But
inning game.
Yes, but you're most likely to watch the 6th inning of a game instead of not watching it at all.
I think you shouldn't screw with something that isn't broken.
I think it's broken.
It's rusty,
It's broken.
but it's not broken.
It's breaking.
It's not broken yet, though.
It's crumbling around, and somebody needs to fix it.
And I don't think shortening the game is going to fix it.
I think it will.
You're not American.
You're
not American. That's the end of that.
Okay, baseball is not the American sport anymore.
Baseball will forever be the American sport.
It's not.
Just because it's not the most watched doesn't mean it isn't the American
No,
sport. It's the national pastime for a reason. The pastime. So it is our national sport.
Pastime.
National sport. National pastime. Same thing.
No. NFL is taking the national sport.
NFL is taking it is number one, but it's still not going to be our national sport.
It is our national sport. Baseball is not our national sport. Baseball is at this point. It's hard to find an American playing baseball because they'd rather play basketball, soccer, football. They'd rather play different sport.
It's hard to find an American playing sports.
Baseball. Baseball, yes. Kids do not want to just play baseball now. Kids don't want to play baseball. They'd rather play basketball, football, soccer.
I see more Little League baseball players than I do Little League football, Little League basketball.
Because it's on TV.
No, I mean like neighbors, kids in the area. I see most of them playing baseball, so like taking a stick and hitting a rock.
But they're playing Okay, they're playing a baseball season, but they don't just play one sport. Monet Davis doesn't even want to be a baseball player.
Congrats for her.
She wants to be but everybody that plays baseball, the majority of them are not just baseball.
Which means everybody that plays football is not just football. Everybody that plays basketball is not just basketball.
At the point, it's very hard to find somebody that just played baseball their entire life.
It's very hard to find somebody who played just one sport their entire life.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I played 3 different sports when I was a kid. So
you did, but other kids didn't.
90%. Most major leaguers know they didn't play. They only played one sport. That's how they got so good at it. But most kids play multiple sports.
But they don't prefer baseball. Baseball is not the preferred sport.
I'm not going to win this argument, so we're going to move on.
But baseball is not the preferred sport.
It doesn't have to be the preferred sport to still not be the national pastime.
It's the national pastime. That's the key. Pastime.
It's been pastime since the 20s.
And it's now behind us. It's not the national sport. It's not even the top 2. It's not the national. It's the national pastime. Yes, it's not the national sport anymore.
We're gonna move on. Voice cracking. Finally hitting puberty. Anyway, guess we'll do a complete 180 here and head over to football because ODU kicked off their season this week against Hampton in something that looked like Hampton would bring a comeback, but that got shut down by the middle of the fourth quarter. ODU won, I believe, 45 to 30 and 42 to 35.
Yeah, I think it was 40. It might have been. Oh, I have it right here. It was 41-28.
41-28. Heineke looked good. He didn't look great because he had multiple interceptions, but then he only had like 260 yards, right? Going back to us saying, man, well, that's an awful game.
Well, our defense was god-awful. Gave up 407 passing yards. 3 touchdowns and one interception
And
to Hampton.
and the idea that we can go 11-1 this season and get to a bowl, it's not going to happen with a defense that looked like that.
Oh, I don't
When
even
they
think
had like 3rd and 15 and they were able to get it, that can't happen.
I don't think we're even bowl eligible this year.
We are. We're bowl eligible.
I thought we had to wait a year.
No, we are bowl eligible.
But
Eligible.
it's not. It was okay, but they completed. They had a better pass per yards per pass by almost 2 whole yards. They didn't rush the ball well. They did a horrible job at rushing. They rushed it 26 times. They got 9 yards. So there's our shining spot. But
The rushing did look good this year, or this
but I
game
mean they
this week.
407 passing yards on Hampton. We play NC State coming up. That's not.
Are we going down for that, or?
Yeah, we go to NC State.
Okay. Well, who knows?
And we only had 281. And I don't know if Hampton's defense wasn't that good. I'm going to be honest with you. They're probably not going to do that well against bigger schools.
People who have been in Division 1 for years, people who historically have been good in Division 1, like NC State.
But I mean, just we did rush well. We almost had 200 yards, 188. But we got to pass better. They had more yards than us. No, they didn't. We had a few more yards than them. It was 469 to 416.
And we're supposed to have a powerful offense this year and a very good defense. And we were good in the first 2 downs, but come the third down, they got most of their conversions on 3rd down.
Yeah, and I mean, the game was really close until like halfway through the second quarter. Even midway, almost the end of the second quarter, it was pretty close. And we're only down 2 touchdowns, which, I mean, doesn't sound like a lot, but we probably should have beat them like 50 to 10.
Like the Liberty game last year.
Yeah. We should have put a beat down on them.
But Heineke keeps passing like that. I think he should be on pace to break the all-time pass records in college.
Yeah, he's going to have a little better game. I think that was, 281 yards and saying that's a bad game is a little ridiculous.
No, the 2 interceptions.
But it was a bad game. Yeah, and
it was a bad game simply because of the defense he played.
He's got to be a little more accurate. His QBR was only 71.8, which isn't spectacular.
It's average.
It's not horrible, but yeah, it's definitely average. But I mean, staying on Heineke, how good is he? Like, how good is Heineke?
He is obviously better than all Division 2 and Division 3. And I think the only reason he's gotten so many yards is because of who we've played. I think he is a Division 1 quarterback. He could probably do well at even any of the top 25 teams. He could probably do well there and be a starter. But I think the only reason he's got all these yards, all these touchdowns, that 793 all-offense record in one game is because of where he played.
I think
he's playing at CUSA, who just went Division 1.
I think he would have better talent around him, though. He would be playing better defenses. Yes. He wouldn't be putting up 281 yards would be a good day for him.
He would also be having a better coaching staff.
Right.
Higher paid coaching staff.
Right.
I don't know how our coaching staff is.
Yeah.
I don't want to down on them.
I mean, but okay, top 25 team probably has better athletes and all that around. It's just the way it is. Like if he was playing at USC, it's just the way it is.
Yeah,
or Michigan
totally
State
agree.
or something like that. But 281 yards at that'd be a good day for him.
Yeah, that's a good day for most of the top 25 teams.
Right.
But for him here, CUSA, where such expectations have been placed on him to where, my God, he's got 50,000 passing yards? And obviously nothing like that. It's something ridiculous, like 30,000 or something like that. Okay, not 30,000. That's stupid. He's only had 3 years.
Career, he's at 4,303 passing yards.
Yeah, I was really off.
But he only has 36 passing touchdowns. For going into your 4th year, 36. So for every 3 touchdowns he throws an interception pretty much.
Which actually isn't that horrible.
It's not bad, but in CUSA, like we said.
And to keep in mind, 2 of those interceptions came last week.
Yep.
2 of his 10 interceptions in his career came last week. So 3 years, only 8 interceptions. But also 3 years, only 33 touchdowns is not exactly a fantastic stat, but that's 1 per game.
But I think if you put him in a team...
You put him on a team that has stacked receivers, a good offensive line.
Well, that's another thing. We lost our star receiver. So he had to get acquainted to the new system, new wide receivers. But yeah, you put him on a better team, I think he is a good
That career
quarterback.
stat does not sound right.
The 4,300
Yeah,
yards.
that doesn't sound right at all.
That's what ESPN has.
Well, ESPN sounds wrong to me. That might be career in Division One last year.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's off of 2013.
Yeah, because that doesn't sound right at all.
He threw for 4,022 yards last year.
Yeah, and then you have the 281
Pass.
past week.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
he's probably actually up near 12,000 or so.
Well, yeah.
15,000.
Let's just say he averaged 4,000 because that
It was a good year last year. So
Yeah.
we'll go with 12,000.
12,000 going into this year. He's looking
Almost
at
100 passing touchdowns.
looking
Probably
at
about 30
yeah. I mean
interceptions.
33. We'll go with 30. So he's looking at 99, 93 passing touchdowns or 96. Is he? I saw some stat where he's like the 12th quarterback coming out of this draft class.
Which makes sense simply because of where he is. Had he done this in the top 25 school or Division One the entire time,
Oh,
he'd be number one by far.
He'd be Heisman quality. But you got to think he hasn't been playing. His numbers are so up there because he hasn't been playing the toughest. He hasn't been playing a Michigan State.
He's been playing NSU's and Hamptons and Liberties.
And not even I mean nothing.
Nothing that
Yeah.
anybody out of Virginia doesn't even know their names.
Yeah, exactly.
Except Liberty, because
Although Citadel, they're playing Florida State this weekend. That'll be.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Citadel.
Yeah. Although they run the triple option.
Still.
Yeah.
Did you see Jameis Winston's run last week?
Right. Yeah. Okay. See, but that was the thing. He had one good run. He played a horrible game.
Yeah, but he did that against a top 50 team.
Yeah. Oh well, I'm not. Oh, I'm not saying Citadel puts up any fight.
Yeah, Citadel's gonna get
It's not
destroyed.
good. That was a team we played that now will be known nationwide.
the team we beat in a very close thriller.
So if somehow they beat Florida State, we're better than Florida State.
Whew.
But I think Heineke does get drafted.
Oh, he's getting drafted. I have no doubt about that.
I think
He's probably going to be a late 8th round draft pick, maybe 9th round draft pick. But still, drafted out of ODU.
Yeah, I think I don't know. He goes a mid-7th.
I think we should move on to actual football here. I didn't recognize.
Mid-7th.
Oh man, here I thought we've been talking for an hour, not a half. I thought we started at 4. I'm still on last year's schedule here. My bad.
I think he goes mid-7th, and I think he gets a 3rd string or 1st string on like the practice squad.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's.
And then he works his way up from there. And if he has NFL talent around him, he's got a chance at being something in the NFL.
But we also, it's hard to know how good his arm actually is.
Yeah.
We've only seen him versus Citadel.
He's obviously got a cannon on him because
Yeah.
he can throw 80-yard bombs with no.
Yeah.
It's the accuracy that needs to be worried about here.
And I mean, they'll figure that out, draft combine and all that.
Yeah.
He may move up. We may find out that somebody's not coming out or somebody got injured.
But really, who are the big quarterbacks this year? It's not going to be a huge quarterback draft class.
Marcus Mariota's coming out.
James Winston, maybe.
No, I thought you had to be 3 years for college.
Really?
I'm pretty sure college is.
Oh, that's
3-year
NBA
football.
where it's 1 year. My
Yeah.
bad.
So I think Winston's got another year.
So Mariota and
Yeah, it's not
a huge draft class for
no.
quarterbacks.
So I can definitely the dude out of Georgia. I can't think of his name. He's a senior. He'll be drafted. But Heineke has a shot to be one of the top quarterbacks drafted. But it's not a quarterback year. Right now, some dude may come out of nowhere.
And hopefully the coach beat the crap out of him in practice this week. That defense at least. And the offensive line needs a little bit of work on the sacks that were coming through.
Yeah, and we're not very good on the road.
Yeah, last year we had one win on the road.
And we're playing NC State, who I think NC State is decent.
They're decent.
I mean, so we got to...
They're probably one of our hardest challenges this year.
Yeah, oh, without a doubt. I think them, Vanderbilt, something like that. There was an article written where we could go 11-1. Somebody said we could go 11-1. But he also said we could go 1-11. So it's like he just hit you could lose here. But it was...
But we've already got that one down, so I'm saving an 11-game losing streak.
Yep, there we go.
Whew.
All right, you want to go. So today, our big thing is we are going to be breaking down each division in the NFL. We're going to start with AFC and then get to NFC. We're going to break down the record of this upcoming year, what we both think it'll be. So that's throughout the show, we're going to be hitting the East, North, South, West, all of those We'll
Front,
start with
back, side to side.
we're probably gonna start with the AFC North. I think that's the one we should probably start with. That is the Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, and Jets.
That's the AFC East, but you tried.
Oh yeah, I had you switch off of it, but I guess let's start with the Bills. The Bills this year, they're
Are
in the
not looking good.
they're in the division. Like I said, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets.
Is EJ
Yeah.
Manuel still their quarterback?
EJ Manuel is still the quarterback. They lost Stevie Johnson, but they do have CJ Spiller and Fred Jackson.
Fred Jackson, the I'm always hurting my neck, and CJ Spiller, who
Always
is
ankles hurt.
always ankle hurt, but that happens when you're the fastest guy in the freaking world.
Yeah, they start off with the Dolphins, not the Dolphins, sorry. They start off with the Bears this Sunday. Play the Dolphins, Chargers, Texans, Lions. I mean, their schedule isn't looking good. I mean, Bears,
That's a loss.
yeah,
Dolphins, possible win. Chargers, no, that's a loss.
yeah,
Texans, win.
no.
The Texans were awful last year.
All right. I'm gonna say they lose to the Texans, but keep going. Well,
Lions, loss.
yeah,
Patriots, loss.
yeah,
Vikings, up in the air. But I think AP is going to run all over their
yeah,
defense. Jets, win.
yeah.
Chiefs, loss. Dolphins, again,
I think they
possible
beat
win.
the Chiefs.
Really?
I think they beat the Chiefs.
Jets, another win.
I think they beat the Dolphins, and I think the Jets beat them there.
Browns, loss.
Yeah, no, I think they beat the Browns.
Ooh, I don't know.
I think they beat the Browns.
Broncos, loss. Packers, loss. Raiders, loss. Patriots, loss.
They beat the Raiders.
The Raiders just picked up
So I got them going like,
Maurice Jones-Drew as their running back.
yeah, but he's old.
Yeah,
So
but he's
what?
still a power runner.
So what? Out of like six, I got them like I'm gonna go 4-12. The Bills.
Dolphins and Jets.
The Bills go 4-12 is what I'm putting down here. And Tyler's got what? What was your? How many do they win? How many do they lose?
I'm gonna go 4-10 with 2 in the air. So
No, you got.
in that
We're
case, I'm
locking
gonna go
down.
with 5-11.
5-11. All right. Because I don't have them beating the Bears. I think they beat the Dolphins once. The Chargers, I think, are too high-powered offense. The Texans, I think, are going to be much better this year than everybody expects. The Lions, yes, obviously good. Patriots, yes. The Vikings, that one's up in the air. That's an up in the air. But I think Adrian Peterson just destroys their defense.
Who took the starting spot for quarterback at Vikings?
It's still Matt Castle, I think.
Yeah, I think Matt Castle. Yeah.
But I think Teddy Bridgewater should start. Teddy Bridgewater played amazing. Same with Bortles.
I think the Jets, they're going to win one against the Jets and lose one against the Jets.
That's yep.
Because Geno Smith can't win them all or lose them
Yep.
all. For some reason, he's going to go 1-1.
But I think they beat the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to have a down year this year. I don't think they're going to be as good as last year.
After that tank they had after going 10-0.
I don't see them doing that well. The Browns will
You don't see Jamal Charles doing Jamal Charles.
I see
and
Jamal
Alex
Charles.
Smith hitting Dwayne Bowe even though he's injured.
It's
Again.
suspended. He's suspended
What
for
is
the
he
year.
Oh, yeah, he's going to hit Dwayne Bowe anyway.
Yeah, no, I don't think the Chiefs. Jamal Charles is amazing. I'm not here to dispute that, but I don't think the Chiefs have enough to.
Well, what do they
do well enough? I think the Bills somehow find a way to win.
They have like
four games.
They have like the Bengals super story last year where they won like 5 games in a row and it tanked.
Yeah, I mean they just.
No, that was the Browns.
Yeah, that was the Browns. I think 4 games, 5 games maybe if they hit a little hot spot. We're just gonna finish the East here, so let's not. The next we got the Dolphins. The Dolphins are. You pull it up here. You want to pull it up there? Oh, you messed. Yep. There you go.
It's not what I was going for, but okay.
Yep. All right, the Dolphins here. They start off with the Patriots.
Let's start off with a loss.
Yeah, that's definitely a loss with the Patriots. We'll get there. Then they go Bills. I had them beating the Bills there. Chiefs. I think they beat the Chiefs. I think they beat the Raiders. They lose to the Packers. You're not saying anything right now.
I'm agreeing so far, except
All
for the Chiefs.
All right. Yeah, we're apparently different. They lose to the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, all right. They beat the Jags.
Beat the Jags, lose to the Chargers.
No, I think they beat the Chargers.
I don't think you're giving enough credit to Philip Rivers here.
I am, but I think that the Dolphins are actually going to be a surprise team. They lose to the
Do you think the entire East is going to be a surprise team this year? Apparently.
no the entire East. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
sorry, that was the Texans.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm off. I'm off.
They lose to the Lions. They beat the Bills again. They lose to the Broncos. They beat the Jets. They beat
Beat the Ravens.
Nah, they lose to the Ravens.
No, they beat the Ravens.
I think they lose to the Ravens.
Ravens have no defense anymore.
Yeah, but they still have Ray Rice, who's going to be back at that point.
Yeah.
And they still have an offense. So they lose to the Ravens. They lose to the Patriots again. They beat the Vikings and they beat the Jets.
So you're going to beat the Jets twice?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
The Jets are okay, but I think the Dolphins are better. So I got them at 9-7. That's what that evened out to there. If you were looking at Dolphins, go 9-7 and get the wild card.
I'm going to go 8-8. Don't get in.
I think the Dolphins. It's the Dolphins' year. I think it's their year to make the playoffs, not to win like a whole lot. But I think they are. They're gonna make the playoffs. Now this is interesting. I think the Patriots have a chance to win every single game.
I can agree, except for the Lions. I think the Lions and the Packers are
And
going
the
to have a rough.
Broncos. I think they go. Okay, I've already looked at this one. I think they go 13-3. We'll read them off to you, but I think they beat the Dolphins. They beat the Vikings. They beat the Raiders. They beat the Chiefs. They beat the Bengals. They beat the Bills. The Bengals is a close one though.
Bengals is a close one. They've gotten a lot better in the last 2 years.
They beat the Jets. The Bears is a close one. I think they.
I don't think they're going to beat the Bears.
It's not at the Bears though. That's why I say they beat the Bears. If it was at Soldier Field, not Soldier. Yeah. No, it's not.
No, it's not Soldier Field.
If they were at the Bears Stadium, I can't think of the name. They lose. But it's at home. I think they win in Foxborough. The Broncos, they lose. I think they lose to the Broncos. It's at home, but I think.
But I think.
Wait, it's Yeah, it's not cold enough yet. It's not cold enough to mess up Peyton Manning.
Yep.
In November, so I think.
I don't know. The Farmer's Almanac is calling for a particularly nasty cold winter.
It is
starting early.
Yeah, but I think that's a see. That's the one that's up in the air for me. That's why I said they have the potential to win every game, but I think they lose that one. The Colts, they lose.
They lose to the Colts?
They lose to the Colts.
Andrew Luck only has T.Y. Hilton there, and Trent Richardson is awful right now.
They also have Hakeem Nicks, and
they did pick up Nicks.
They got one more wide receiver. And Reggie Wayne.
Reggie Wayne's old, man.
Still. They have 3 receivers, and I think Andrew Luck has a career year. Andrew Luck becomes the best quarterback this year. There it is.
There it is. I'm going to disagree. I think he'll be the best out of his class again.
Well, duh.
But I think Peyton will go on a downslope, but Drew Brees is going to have a monster year. Drew Brees, Marquise Colson, and Jimmy Graham are going to have career years.
You're forgetting Brandon Cooks. That kid is going to be the
He's
star
going to be good,
receiver.
but nah.
He's star receiver by the end of the year. Star receiver.
I don't think Andrew Luck should beat Drew Brees. I think Andrew Luck should go into the top 5, but not number 1.
I think he's already top 5.
Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. This is in no particular order, by the way.
No. Okay.
Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees.
Andrew Luck.
Who am I missing? No, there's someone else here.
Andrew Luck.
There's someone else here. Shut up.
There's not.
Andrew Luck. Phillip Rivers.
No.
Okay.
Andrew Luck. He's already in the top 5. And he goes to
Jay Cutler?
Jay Cutler moves into the top 5 this year.
And who gets knocked out?
I think Aaron Rodgers is not going to have a good season. I think they're going to run the ball a lot.
Yeah, Eddie Lacy turned out to be a monster.
I think they're going to hand the ball to Eddie Lacy a lot more, and Aaron Rodgers' numbers are going to not plummet, but they're going to suffer. You're going to see some down. And I think that...
I'll give you Andrew Luck top 5 then.
Andrew Luck right now is top 5. And I think he is the best quarterback at the end of the season.
I feel like we're missing someone, though.
I mean, you got Joe Flacco, no.
No.
You got Ben Roethlisberger, no.
No.
Eli Manning, no.
Heck yes.
Oh, Eli Manning number 1. We're done. Chad Henning, I think he's no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, see, I don't know why Jacksonville isn't starting Bortles. That's a dumb move.
Who are we missing?
Derek Carr just got for Oakland. Russell Wilson.
No, Derek Carr didn't get Oakland.
Yeah, Derek Carr's in Oakland.
Oh,
he just got the starting job.
David Carr just lost his. Derek Carr got his. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. I think Russell Wilson, no. Colin Kaepernick, no. Alex Smith, no. We got Drew Brees.
RG3, no.
No. Tony Romo, no. We got all the teams right here. We're trying to think. We could have just rolled down. The Bills, no. The Dolphins, no. So Emmanuel, no. Whoever
Tannehill.
the Dolphins, no. Yeah, that's Tannehill. Tom Brady, yes.
Jets, no.
Yeah,
Because Geno sucks.
Geno, no. Ravens, no, with Flacco.
Andy
Andy Dalton, no.
no.
Whoever is going to start in Cleveland, whether it's Hoyer or Manziel, no. The
Menzo isn't going to. Hoyer's already been given the starting spot at the Browns.
But I'm talking about the end of the season.
Yeah, fair.
Then Roethlisberger,
no.
no. Houston, I don't even. No.
Matt Schaub.
No, it's Fitzpatrick.
Oh, it is Fitzpatrick.
No. Andrew Luck.
That's
okay,
what we're debating.
We're gonna count that one out. Jacksonville, whoever. I think Bortles should start, but Tannehill or no.
Henny.
No. The Titans, Locker, no. Then you got
Peyton, yes.
Peyton, yes.
Alex Smith in the air.
Alex Smith is not top 5.
Yeah, top 10.
The Raiders, no. That's Derek Carr. The Chargers, Phillip Rivers.
I don't think Nick Foles. That's what we're missing here.
Nick Foles is not top 5.
Nick Foles had the best season last season for starting 7 games in.
But he's not a top 5 quarterback.
21 touchdowns, no interceptions, I think like 105 QBR.
Not a top 5 quarterback.
3,000 passing yards, all within halfway point end, and I hate the Eagles.
I would take Matt Ryan over him.
You would take Matt Ryan?
Yes.
Of the Atlanta Falcons?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I would take Matty Ice over him. I would take almost every quarterback in the NFC South over him, besides the Buccaneers.
Okay.
I would take Drew Brees, Cam Newton, and
I wouldn't take Cam Newton this year.
Yeah, he's
now he's not mobile.
Well, he's still gonna be mobile. That's
he's gonna try to be mobile. He's gonna pull an RG3 though.
Well, okay. Nobody's gonna be as bad as Sam Bradford. Man, that guy is just
I think he got injured again.
He did. I think.
He's out again.
Yeah. Okay. Did he ever come back?
No.
It's like that. It's like if one hair and claps doesn't make a sound. It's just.
That's
like,
a yes.
Yeah,
you heard it here.
But back to the Patriots because we got way off. Andrew Luck is the top 5 quarterback right now.
Fine, I'll give you 5. Number 5.
And he's gonna be the number 1 at the end of the season.
Nope.
So they lose to the Colts and they lose to the Broncos so far as what happened. I think they beat the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
It's at home. The Packers is a close one, but I think the defense for the Patriots have gotten much better. But I think they lose that one.
I give you that.
That's their 3rd loss. Then they beat the Chargers.
They went out. Yeah, beat the
They
Chargers, Dolphins, Jets, and Bills.
Jets and Bills.
I think
3 losses max, I think.
I think they beat the Dolphins, Vikings, Raiders, Chiefs, Bengals, Bills, Jets. I think they're going to lose to the Bears and the Broncos.
Okay. I see that. The Bears, I can see them losing.
They're going to beat the Colts. Okay. They're going to lose to the Lions. They do not have the secondary to cover Calvin Johnson, especially now that they put in that second receiver who I can't remember.
Golden Tate, but they got what's the name? I can see his face. Revis.
Darrelle Revis is overrated.
Darrelle Revis has done nothing, therefore nobody thinks
he's just like Asamoah. Asamoah was great at the Raiders because no one threw in his direction.
Yeah.
Revis was great at the Jets because no one threw in his direction. But he's overhyped. When he gets thrown on, he gets beat. Only person who I can say is not overhyped when it comes to being a great cornerback is Richard Sherman because they keep trying to throw on him and he keeps making him fail.
We'll see. I think that.
So I think the Lions. That's my up in the air 3rd loss. I think they win out though. Beat the Packers, Chargers, Dolphins.
Do you think they beat them at the Packers?
Yes. I don't think the Packers are hard enough.
I think
they've lost they've lost most of their receivers. Their defense is not great anymore. They still have that Thor-looking guy, Clay Matthews. There it is. So I'm gonna go 13-3. Also, they lose 2 in a row.
They lose 2 in a row. But they have the potential. I think
they have the potential to go 16-0
to win every game, just because of the system they're in.
Yeah, they're always getting lucky with their schedules.
And then, I was just talking about coaching too. Like
the Jets is gonna be rough for. Lose to the Raiders.
You think they lose? I think they beat the Raiders.
I think they lose to the Packers easily.
I think they lose
and the
to
Bears
Packers.
and the Lions and the Chargers and the Broncos and the Patriots.
That's
beat the Bills.
5, right? No,
yeah.
6.
Yeah, that's
1,
6.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, I have 7 because I think they go 0-7 to start with. I think they beat the Bills.
Yeah.
Lose to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Steelers.
Yeah.
Lose to the Bills. They beat them the first time, but lose the second time. I'm in the air about the Dolphins.
I don't remember.
I think that'll be where Geno thinks maybe he's got something.
I think they beat the Dolphins once.
Are they playing at home?
1-1.
Yeah, they'll beat the Dolphins at home, lose to them away. Lose to the Vikings.
Yep.
Lose to the Titans.
No, they beat the Titans.
I think Chris Johnson finally comes back.
Chris Johnson is not on their team anymore.
He isn't, is he?
No, he's on the Jets.
I'm an idiot. I'm sorry.
The team that's playing them.
Yeah, well, this is awkward. Who do they have as running back then?
Nobody.
Wow, never mind. They beat the Titans.
Yep.
Lose to the Patriots
Yep.
and get that winning on the Dolphins.
You gave them the win on
Oh,
the
then they
Dolphins.
get the
Okay.
loss on the
Yeah, 'cause
Dolphins.
this one's away.
Yeah.
So I agree with you
I'm
on
gonna
the
go 3-13.
Yeah, I actually said 4-12.
Well, I'm going 3-13.
I think 4-12 is a good. I They go about the same as the Bills. They're both pretty bad. Um, the only way I can see them like shocking anybody, you think they lose to the Raiders, but I think they beat the Raiders.
Oh, so they go 1-6 to start the season instead of
Ye-
0-7.
Yeah, and depending on how good the Chargers play, they may squeak one out versus the Chargers. That may be a
You are
surprise
giving the
win.
Chargers
No,
absolutely
look,
nothing
okay.
this year.
Ryan Matthew is okay. The running back, he's okay.
He's okay. Philip Rivers is good.
Phillip Rivers is good, yes, but he's it. They don't
He's
have a
ma-
defense.
You can't be good. You can't have a QBR that high last year and not make something out of no receivers. And you don't need to worry about not having a defense against the Jets unless they decide to pull out Vic in a Wildcat.
Yeah, but they got Chris Johnson too. Chris Johnson can blow one open.
He's not used to playing in the cold.
Wait, it's at the Chargers.
I'm saying he's now a Jets player. He's going to be banged up from all the cold injuries he's going to get.
They play October 5th. It doesn't. Right now it's September what? September 2nd, and it's a heat index of 101, 103.
Yeah, well, I'm not in New York.
But I think they could squeak one out. I'm not saying I say they lose, but they could win one there. There's no way they beat the Broncos or Patriots. They can beat the Bills. They beat you just took it away from me. They beat they lose to the Chiefs at the Chiefs. They lose to the Steelers. They they beat the Bills. I think they probably could beat the Bills twice.
It's possible.
Um
I'm still going to 3-13 though.
yeah, the Dolphins, I think they could lose both of those, which puts them at right now 2 and something.
14.
The Vikings they could beat, depending on how well AP does. The Titans, they beat the Titans. The Titans are pretty bad. Patriots, no way. I'm solid at 4-12, and you got 3-13. So that's the AFC East for us. We got the Buffalo Bills. I got 4-12. Tyler's got 5-11. The Dolphins, I got 9-7, getting the wild card. Tyler has 8-8. We both have the Patriots going 13-3. I think it's easy to say they're going to win that division, hands down. And then the Jets, we differ a little bit. I got 4-12. He's got 3-13. But we definitely agree in the fact that if they're going to be bad, they're going to be bad. Jets and Bills, don't bet
Don't
on
hold
them.
your breath if you're a fan.
Yeah, don't bet on them. Get a different team. But we'll come back to the rest of them in the AFC. We'll get the AFC North next. We'll go over the Ravens, Bengals, Browns, and Steelers.
Yep.
And so stay tuned for that. You're listening to Cup Check on WODU Radio if you just tuned in.
And if you don't know who I am, I'm Tyler.
And I'm Alex. We're gonna talk about a little NBA. We're gonna talk about. It's been quite a while.
It's been
I guess
a long while.
I guess we should start with the finals. I feel like a newspaper. We're outdated right here.
We're 4 months outdated.
But if you didn't hear, the Heat three-peated.
They did.
The Spurs won. Kawhi Leonard came out of nowhere and won the MVP of the.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah,
he's gonna be good. He's gonna be good.
He is.
I like that kid.
Yeah.
Even though he's
And
older
I
than
think that the Spurs will never be counted out until they lose Pop.
I think they'll never be counted out until they lose Duncan.
See, I always thought that, and then somebody like Kawhi Leonard shows up.
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
who are they gonna replace Duncan with?
See, but we say that about everybody. And then Pop just finds some random guy and throws him in.
He hasn't had to replace Tim Duncan.
No. But
17 years of awesome.
But he finds people like Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green. Cleanthony Early, who they drafted, is going to be a stud. He is in the perfect system. Or no, they didn't get Cleanthony Early. They got that's who they should have gotten. But they got Kyle Anderson. Kyle Anderson will take Tim Duncan's spot. Kyle Anderson is a thinner, taller Boris Diaw. He can pass the ball really well, and he plays power forward.
I think the loss of a
Oh,
by far the best
yeah. Oh,
power
yes.
forward of all time.
Top three.
Top one.
Top three.
Who's your top three?
Top three. Top all time. Let's think. Now I got to think about power forwards. I think Charles Barkley's up there.
Hmm.
He doesn't pass Garnett.
Oh, yes, he does.
No, I'm saying. Oh, Garnett doesn't pass him. Sorry.
Okay.
Garnett doesn't pass him. You're making me. Okay, we'll get back to that one because I need
Because
to.
Tim Duncan's number one.
He's.
If
I
you
don't
can't
know.
easily pull two names off the top of your head to beat Tim Duncan's number one. He's made every single All-Star game in the 17 years he's been here. He's won the title 5 times. He's never really been a highlight player, but he's Mr. Fundamental for a reason because he makes fundamental plays.
I definitely think Chris Bosh is better than him.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, namely because he's been in the league like 165 million years.
Yeah, he's a dinosaur. That's a joke.
Haha.
I mean, I'm not saying Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan's definitely top 2.
Tim Duncan's definitely number 1.
I think my top 3 in no order because I really like Charles Barkley, but in no order: Charles Barkley, Tim Duncan, Dirk Nowitzki.
You have the possibility of Dirk being better than Tim.
No. Dirk's 3.
Okay.
I think
So that automatically puts Tim Duncan top 2.
Yes.
And you think Barker beats Duncan?
Barkley, I think it's close.
I don't think he beats Duncan.
I think it's close.
I think he's got the most points for a power forward.
I think it's close.
Most rebounds.
I think it's close.
Probably in the top 5 on assists for forward position.
I think it's close.
Most wins in not the Super Bowl, in the finals.
In the Super Bowl.
Most All-Star appearances. This guy is like the power forward. That's all. If I was going to put together a top 5, one from every position, he would easily be number 1 in the power forward.
I wasn't saying he wasn't number 1. I'm just saying it's possible he's not number 1.
It's not.
It is. It's
not.
possible that he's easily top 2. You can't if you say
Easily top 2.
If you say he's out of the top 2, you're ridiculous.
If you say he's out of the top 1, you're just ridiculous.
Nah, I don't know.
But we're going to move on because you're going to go with Pop being what makes the Duncan.
Well, I think Pop,
the Duncans.
When you lose Pop, you lose everything that he brought. Like he
Well,
made
yeah,
Danny
that's
Green
the same
something.
with everything.
But I mean, he made Danny Green something. He
Like
made
look at the
Kawhi
Celtics;
Leonard.
they were doing great, and then they lost Doc Rivers.
And now Rondo doesn't even want to play for him.
Exactly.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Rondo, I will never re-sign a contract.
I think that goes with every single sport, though. You lose a coach, you lose what he brought. I hate to say it about Miami, but Eric Spoelstra is not going to be there much longer. He's more of a...
Is he a good coach?
Yes.
Honestly, you think he's a good coach?
He was good at rotations. He was good at seeing who should go and when, who's getting tired, who needs to be. He was good at game management.
Was he a good coach?
Yes.
Not a good game manager.
Yes, he was a good coach.
He was a good coach. Is he a top 5 coach in the league right now?
Yes.
Yes? Who's your top 5 coaches?
Pop, obviously.
Yeah.
No order. Pop, Spoelstra, and nobody else I can name.
Doc Rivers?
No. Yes, because what he did with the Clippers is great.
Is impressive. And what he did with the
Celtics when he was there.
Phil Jackson's not there anymore.
Phil Jackson went managerial. Jason Kidd.
I think he fell into a really good situation, though.
Yeah, I know, but let's not get on to the Knicks right now before I go crazy. I'm happy we kept Melo.
Hold on. I think the Knicks get Rondo. I always said that the Lakers were going to get a Melo, Love, Rondo. But now since the Lakers got nobody, I think they're going to build because Bargnani's got like $20 million in cap that is done after this year, along with Amari Stoudemire.
Mm-hmm.
I think they get a Rondo and they get I don't know, whoever else. And they're going to be okay because I think Phil Jackson is the best thing that's happened to that organization in a while. And I think as a Spurs fan, you would agree with that. Not a Spurs fan, a Knicks fan, you could agree to that. But yeah, they won pretty convincingly. Ray Allen didn't hit that dagger like last year.
Dagger.
Ray Allen now doesn't even know he's going to play for, or if he's going to play. I think the Clippers...
I think Ray Allen retired already.
No, he didn't.
He didn't?
No.
Oh.
Right now, the Clippers, Cavs, and somebody else are looking.
Yeah, I mean, last
him.
year it was the West being easily the top, but now the East looks like they have a little bit more room. They're obviously not going to beat the West yet because really what just happened was the Heat went to the Cavs.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like
The Pacers stayed.
the
Rockets are looking good, even though they're West.
one team got much better, so therefore the East looks better.
Washington
Washington didn't.
got better.
They got a little better with the acquisition of
The Knicks
Paul
have
Pierce.
the potential to get better. Pacers have
The
been
Knicks
good.
the Knicks will be better. The Knicks will be better. They'll make the playoffs.
I like to hear that.
Let's think. Pacers are going to be worse.
Yeah, especially after last year, Roy Hibbert.
And Paul
his
George.
Head's
Paul
gonna.
George. Ooh. And they lost arguably one of the best game mental one of the best mental players of the game in Lance Stevenson. I mean, you may not like what he did, but he did shut down LeBron. Yeah, yeah. I think that they're not the Bobcats anymore. I think the Charlotte Hornet,
Pelicans. Whoa.
are going to be good. Charlotte Hornets are going to surprise people. The Nets, the Nets. What happened to the Nets?
They're old.
Yeah, but I mean,
Even their coach could still play and be
not
younger
anymore,
than the players
not
on
anymore.
there.
Jason Kidd went to the Bucks. They traded coaches.
Oh,
Yeah, coaching trade.
that's gonna be helpful. Trade two awful teams' coaches, and
know.
maybe they'll just work in
Well,
that
I
scenario.
mean, maybe they think that Jason Kidd can teach Jabari Parker. But I guess we'll go.
Let's get a point guard to teach a power forward.
He's a shooting or small forward. I guess we'll go draft next since we've been talking about it some. One was Wiggins.
It was a great draft.
It was, and the
Wiggins,
sad thing
Parker,
is it won't
Smart,
get better.
McDermott. I know.
Embiid, which I like that pickup because now you put.
I just like how after the first round, even in the second and third round,
You
there's ability to get smart pickups to help your
yeah.
team.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I don't know. Who all the Knicks? The Knicks didn't get anybody, did they?
Nope.
Because they traded away all their draft picks.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I wonder if Cleveland got, what was it, last 3 out of 4 they got the first round picks?
Something like that. It's ridiculous.
And they've traded away 2 of them?
Well, we'll get to that. I think that.
I think they traded away 2 of them in one trade.
Well, yeah, they did. We're gonna get to that because there's some feelings and some love feelings.
Hey.
But the draft was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to watch it the whole way through. Even Cleveland got somebody, the dude from UVA in the second round, who was like ACC Player of the Year. I can't. 2 years ago, Joe Harris. And I think
Harris.
he made the team, I believe, because they traded away Wiggins. But the draft was really good. McDermott getting traded to the Bulls. The Bulls are going to be loaded. The Bulls are loaded.
And all of them are ugly as sin, led by Joakim Noah.
But I think Doug McDermott wins. Okay.
You think Doug McDermott takes Rookie of the Year?
Yes.
I agree. Completely.
I think Doug McDermott comes in and averages 20 points a game.
I think people will underestimate his three-point shooting capability.
Yes.
Simply because he wasn't taken top 10.
He's a pure scorer. Yeah, he's a pure scorer, though.
He is raw talent when it comes to the stroke game.
And now you imagine you got Derrick Rose back, Jimmy Butler, Doug McDermott,
Gibson,
Pau Gasol, and Joakim Noah is your starting lineup.
That's assuming Pau Gasol gets it together.
Still, he's okay. Right now, he's still a top
Still,
five.
it's a 7-footer.
But he's still a top 5 power forward in the league. Even if you want to go last year, he was still a top 5 power forward.
Love, Bosch, Duncan.
Bosch
averaged 17 points a game.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you Bosch. And
So,
Duncan, yes.
Love, Bosch, Duncan.
Yeah.
Garnett fell off.
Yeah.
Nowitzki.
No, I don't think Nowitzki was better than Powell. I don't think Nowitzki had a great season. Actually,
Nowitzki had a better season than Powell.
You're right. Nowitzki did have a pretty good season.
Running through here. Who was that kid in Orlando? Oladipo? No.
No, that's not a power forward. Yeah. I think he cracks top 5 barely.
Verjao? If he was ever to play the 4. Verjao had a good season last season.
Yeah, but I don't think I think.
Oh, who was the one with the Wizards? Because he had a great season.
Ariza? No, Ariza small.
Not Ariza.
Gortat?
No, the guy with the dreads.
Oh, Nene.
Yeah, Nene.
Yeah, Nene was pretty good. He's up.
So that's 5 right there. And that's 5 not 4 of them easily, yes, better than Powell. The
Yeah.
5th one, it's a toss-up.
But out of all those people you named, they all had a team around them. I don't know if you
And who was
realize
Powell playing for last year?
the Lakers.
The Lakers.
Who was on the Lakers? Name me their start. Swaggy. You had Swaggy P. He had Swaggy P. That's all you
And,
need.
of course, he had ODU.
Yeah, he had Mr. Kent Bazemore. But
That's a good answer.
he's on a very good team this year, so I think that he's going to do well.
Well, then.
Well, he's going to do very well. But I don't think they win the East because I think Derrick Rose gets hurt again.
I don't think they win the East because the Cavaliers, the Wizards.
The Wizards win the East.
You just said that you're going to have a. You don't think the Cavs are going to win the East?
Nope.
Why?
Because I don't think the Cavs. I think it runs into the same thing as it did with the Heat. They have team chemistry problems.
I don't think that's going to be the problem this year because you're not going to have 2 ball hogs on the same team.
But I don't.
That's what
think,
happened with Wade and LeBron. That's why things couldn't come together is because they couldn't figure out who's going to be passing most.
I don't think that.
And LeBron now
They win.
wants rings. He doesn't care about getting scoring titles. He doesn't care about MVPs. He wants rings. So if he recognizes that there can be a play there, he's going to keep the team chemistry and
Yeah.
do that. Love
But,
is going to be clutch, like usual. It's going to be a good season for him.
But the the Wizards made one more move. They got Paul Pierce. They got something they needed. They got a veteran.
They got an old man.
They got a veteran who knows what to do with a young squad. Bradley Beal is one of the most underrated three-point shooters in the league right now.
In the game.
Bradley Beal can launch him. Bradley Beal is dirty. John Wall needs a better jump shot, but it can destroy. Gortat's emerging as one of the top 5 centers in the league.
And Nene is continuously getting better.
Yeah, Nene, I think he's better. I think he was better than Pau Gasol last year. I think Pau did miss top 5. I think he was better than. And then
Now, do you think
they
the
lost
Wizards are going to be better than the Spurs?
no,
So you don't think the East is going to have any chance on the West again this year?
I don't. Okay, I think they win the Eastern Conference by record, but I don't think they win it to go to the finals.
Who do you think goes to the finals?
I think the Bulls go to the finals.
Oh.
I think the Bulls will struggle at the beginning, but put it together when it counts at the end.
See, that's what I think is going to happen to the Cavs. At the very beginning, the first probably 10 games, they're not going to figure out what's going on. But then they're going to recognize what needs to happen, what's clicking. And their coach is going to come in and be like, hey, LeBron, Kevin Love's huge, and he's great. Throw it in at him.
Yeah.
Give him a chance to get a ring, because you know Love wants one badly. It's the only thing he hasn't won at that position.
I honestly think Love just wants to be recognized more for the player he is.
I think that's already been done.
I don't think so.
25-10?
Love is a top 5 player. But if you go around and ask people for top 5 players, they will not mention Love.
Then they don't know basketball.
No, I'm telling you, Love is not a top 5 player.
Yes, he is.
No, sorry. Love is a top 5 player, but is not recognized as a top 5 player. The majority of people will not say Love is a top 5 player.
Majority of people would say Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, not in any particular order, and like Kevin Love.
I mean, people like Steph Curry over him. People like Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, LeBron James, Kevin Durant,
Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony, just Dwight Howard, James Harden. There's a lot of people that overlook him. And I think when he's on the Cavs, people are going to have to take notice because he's going to be running alongside Kyrie Irving and LeBron James. But I guess since we're talking about the Cavaliers and LeBron James, we got to mention the homecoming.
The homecoming. At least he didn't make it as big as the decision.
No, he didn't, but he could have done it better. I mean,
what do you mean?
I don't know. I don't like how he did it.
He said, "I'm coming home."
Yeah, he wrote a news article, which then like Carmelo copied it, photocopied it, and just wrote his name at the bottom. Did you see Melo's homecoming letter? Or staying in New York letter? It was pretty good. But I didn't like the way he went about it. He kind of made it seem like he was the reason Cleveland is good, like the actual city. He pretty much said in it that I'm coming back so the housing market will rise and your jobs will suck less because I'm coming back.
He said he wanted to go back to his hometown because he'd missed it.
If you read the whole thing, he mentions that Cleveland is pretty. He almost directly says Cleveland is better when I'm there.
It's true. Do you have any idea how much the economy is going to go up because of his jersey sales there and the tickets that they sell and all that?
But that's ridiculous to say in your like little coming home speech. I'm the greatest thing that ever happened to you.
Jordan could say that to the Bulls and you wouldn't disagree.
He said to the Bulls, not the whole.
If he said that to Chicago, you wouldn't disagree.
Yeah, you'd have to. You'd
Well,
be like,
I mean,
really? You'd be like, really, Jordan? I mean, you were really good. You were the best thing that happened to the Bulls. But then we got the Cubs, who were good
100
back
years.
then. Back then, they were like the Cubs have been good before. There's a lot of people that came out
But that doesn't matter because baseball is not the national sport
anymore. It was back then, so you have to still realize history.
So he's not saying he's the best thing to happen. He says he's the best thing that could happen to them right now. And in the modern world, that's true. The economy is going to rise. The housing market's going to lower down. This ticket sales are going to go up. People are going to be more excited to go home to watch the game because sports is really our culture. It's the happiness. So it is the best thing to happen to Cleveland, him coming back, because now they have a chance.
But that's just pretty egotistical.
Yeah, obviously
it's
egotistical. He nicknamed himself the king. He's an egomaniacal man, but he earns it. He backs it up.
I just think he could have gone about it a little better.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I think
he could have, but he had the right to say
it. It could be. It's probably true, but he didn't have to be like, yeah, I'm the greatest thing that ever happened. You guys are taking me back.
Well, I mean, I am the greatest thing to happen to Kupchak.
Yeah, except me.
Except that other guy.
All right, so LeBron came home, and okay, the Love trade. It happened recently. Kevin Love was traded away to Cleveland for Andrew Wiggins, Anthony Bennett, and then
like $16 million and a first-round draft pick.
The first-round draft pick then went to the 76ers, got money, a draft pick, and Shaved from Minnesota, and they got Evan Turner, I believe.
It's really just a win-win for both teams except the 76ers.
But the 76ers clear cap room. They're going to make a push for somebody.
It's getting to be a little bit late here.
Well, no, I mean like next year.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you look at their team, the 76ers are very young and going to get better. Noel just got off an injury, and they have Embiid waiting.
And they have Michael Carter-Williams,
who's really good. So you look at Michael Carter-Williams, really good. Noel's going to play power forward because he's smaller than Embiid, and Embiid's going to play center next year. They draft well this year.
It's going to be an interesting year because of all this offseason movement.
It is. But why can't LeBron just go somewhere and play with the team he has? Why does he have to play matchmaker?
He didn't decide to bring people there. He went there and everybody else came with him.
I think, well, no, okay. In Miami, he did not. In Miami, they all had connections. They were all texting each other.
That's because he hadn't won in Cleveland and he was ready to win.
Yes. Okay, but he came back, and I'm almost positive he said, I'll come back if you guys get Kevin Love. I'm almost 100% sure.
He went back almost a month before they got Kevin Love.
But as soon as he went back, it was the trade rumors were out.
But that trade rumor had been like in the works.
I'm almost positive he said the deal was already done when he signed, and they just had to wait.
Again, it's because he wants to win.
But
he wasn't going to win with that old team.
No, yes, with the Cavs?
Other than himself, Verjao, and the first pick, Irving,
Kyrie, or Deion Waiters.
He didn't have that one extra explosive player.
Andrew Wiggins is going to be better than Kevin Love in 2 years.
And that's 2 years from now.
Okay.
And Kevin Love only signed for 2 years.
Now think about this. LeBron James is going to plateau and fall off at some point. How long? How long?
3 years.
3 years?
3
okay.
Years.
Kevin Love has how many years left in his prime?
Probably about 3 years.
3 years. Okay.
So now that's 3 years where he's at his best to possibly get rings.
Right.
That's why if he did, which he probably didn't.
And then in 3 years, you now lose Kevin Love and LeBron James.
Okay. By fall off doesn't mean they get bad.
It
means
worse.
they don't get the all-star play. They'll still be all-stars.
Yes.
Just means they won't be league MVPs anymore.
Right.
They're still going to be 90 times better than average.
But then you just gave away Andrew Wiggins, who will be starting his prime then.
Who may or may not actually be good.
He's going to be amazing.
Maybe not. I mean, who's he training under now? Now that he's not going to be able to train under LeBron.
He's still going to be amazing. He didn't need to train under LeBron.
You always need the one veteran to train under.
No, you don't.
I don't know far back enough to make points here.
Well, okay, who did Durant train under?
How long has Durant been in the league? Like 5 years now, 6 years?
Yeah,
He trained under Jesus.
yeah, exactly.
See, that
You
was
don't
his mentor.
you don't need to train under somebody.
It helps.
It helps, yes, but you don't need to. He's going to be he's going to be starting up when LeBron's coming down. If LeBron wanted to maximize his ring opportunity, he would have kept Andrew Wiggins.
Kyrie Irving, just like you just said.
So you have Kyrie Irving really young, Andrew Wiggins really young, Dion Waiters really young.
And he kept Dion Waiters. He kept Kyrie Irving. And he traded. Well, he didn't trade it. It happened to where it did. I don't know
he
why
traded. He traded. He pretty much runs that franchise. He's the GM. LeBron is literally the GM of Cleveland.
I don't think one player should be able to, and the other guy, Anthony Bennett, who was last year's number 1, who didn't do anything.
Yeah, Bennett was a bust.
Bennett was a bust. How do you know Wiggins won't be a bust?
Because Wiggins was the...
There's so much hype about him. If he doesn't do great things, he's a bust automatically.
Not true. Not anymore. Not anymore. He's in Minnesota now. People are like, oh, well, he got screwed over.
So if anything, that puts a chip on his shoulder to make people have higher expectations.
No, that puts a chip on his shoulder for him to play really well because now people are like, he got screwed over. He's not going to do as well.
I think it was a good trade for the near future.
The
next
future,
3 to
yes.
4 years, he's probably going to get 2 rings.
The near future, yes. His overall, no.
And that's like saying there's not going to be any good draft picks coming out in the next 3 years.
Not for Cleveland.
You don't know that. Cleveland might trade up.
I don't see that happening. I think they're pretty set with their team.
Or we might in another 3 or 4 years have another big trade. LeBron not in it, but
LeBron
orchestrating.
LeBron only signed for 2 years too. I have a speculation that maybe
he's staying after 2.
Nah,
he's staying.
LeBron and Kevin Durant, nobody's talking about it, have the same year they're off their contract. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
LeBron, Kevin Durant,
I'm
Kevin
not,
Love,
I'm
all
not
on the same
say-
team
I'm
with
not
the Wizards.
Saying, I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Well, there's talks of Kevin Durant going to the Wizards.
Yeah, but he just signed with the swoosh.
The swoosh, Nike.
Yep, he re-signed with them. I think if he would have went with Under Armour, who offered him $300 million for 10 years, that's utterly ridiculous. But then Nike matched that, so that's even more utterly ridiculous. But if he would have went with Under Armour,
then you wouldn't even think about the 2-year trade thing happening.
No, if he would have went to Under Armour, it would have been like, okay, he's probably going to the Wizards. But the fact he signed with Nike, I think he's a loyal dude and he's gonna stay. I really do. I think if he would have signed with Under Armour, I would be like, okay, the Wizards got him. It's a 2-year loan at this point. But I think
we have 45 minutes to move back onto football.
We do have to hit that.
We do.
Oh man, USA basketball.
How about we hit USA basketball first?
All right, USA basketball.
We're not winning it this year.
No, Spain is, but we're making it to championship.
We'll make it to the championship or the semi against Greek.
Nah,
Greece.
We'll make it to the championship or Spain and lose.
No Kevin Love.
Right.
No Kevin Durant.
See, this is my thing.
No LeBron James.
Is it okay
It's pretty much all freshmen.
Is it okay that the stars aren't playing?
It's our team, and our team is stars.
So is it okay that the stars aren't playing?
No, it isn't. I don't think they should be able to opt out. If they put their name up to be on there and they get chosen, they can't opt out of that.
Yeah, I think FIBA's a little different. If this was the
Olympics,
I'd be like, you guys should be playing. But FIBA's a little different in the fact that it's not like the World Cup. You know, it's kind of like every 4 years. Oh, okay, it is the World Cup necessarily.
Yeah, it's the World Cup of basketball.
But it's not as looked on as high as that.
Well,
like
obviously not. Basketball's not that big yet. It's getting there. It's going on around the world.
Nationally, it's not as big.
No.
Obviously, soccer's a huge national sport.
Yeah, soccer will never be taken.
But FIBA, I feel like the FIBA thing, it's okay to opt out of, but I feel like if it's because of the injury, we saw Paul George get injured pretty bad.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't pretty bad. That was nasty.
Yeah, it was. So I understand FIBA, you opt out, but I think the Olympics, you have to be in it.
I think.
But I also like the young team. I also like the concept of what it is. Like Anthony Davis is a star. We're finding that out.
I just think we needed one veteran on there, and all of them to opt out for no actual. And that's a great experience. You get to travel around the world with the team of amazing players, only get better, and win another championship for America.
But they have done that.
And they can do it again and again.
Yeah. But James Harden is pretty good. Klay Thompson, Steph Curry. Kyrie Irving.
I'm not. It's just we don't have that explosiveness that we used to have.
Yeah, but I mean, the fact that we can put our young people out there and still do this well just shows how.
Well, we're miles and miles above every other nation when it comes to basketball.
Except
Just
Spain.
like every other
Except
nation,
Spain.
we're better than Spain.
Spain's really good.
Well, yeah, but we're
Spain will
still
beat
ahead
us
of them
this year.
because we don't have our real
Well,
players
this is
there.
true. Yeah, KD drops like 40.
This
and
is like
looks-
our second string.
All
It's
right.
like when Bayern Munich played LA Galaxy. We beat them, but it was our second string.
All right. So now, it's the AFC North. We'll probably just knock out all the AFC at once. So the AFC North we'll start with. We're going to start with the Ravens. The Ravens start off this week with the Bengals.
That's a loss.
Yeah, that is a loss. Then they play the Steelers.
That's a win.
I think they lose.
I think they're gonna win.
I think they lose. They don't have Ray Rice.
Oh yeah, it is week 2. I think they lose. You're right. They don't have that running power.
They play the Browns.
They win
They
because
win
Ray
the
Rice
Browns.
has a chip. He comes back and he
No, he
runs
comes back
all over 'em.
fourth game. He's suspended. No,
It's a
2
two-game.
games.
Yeah, it's
Dang,
2-game
I forgot
suspension.
about that. I think the Browns are bad.
Yeah, they're gonna beat the Browns and the Panthers. Because the Panthers, they have a good defense, but they have no offense, and the only thing the Ravens have is like an average to a little bit above average defense.
I think the Panthers beat them, so I think they lose to the Panthers.
They lose to the Colts,
Yep.
beat the Bucks and the Falcons,
Yep.
lose to the Bengals again.
They win one of the Bengals, I say.
Okay. Beat the Steelers because now they have Ray Rice back.
Hold on, I'm lost. 1, 2. Sorry. All right. Yeah.
Beat the Titans.
Yeah, they beat the Titans. I think they lose. Yeah, they beat the Steelers once.
And they get destroyed by the Saints.
Yep.
I mean, like an embarrassing destruction by the Saints.
Yep.
Lose to the Chargers.
Yep.
Beat the Dolphins. Beat the Jags. Beat the Texans. Lose to the Browns.
You think they lose to the Browns once?
Yep.
I think they lose to the Dolphins once. I think they lose to the Dolphins.
So I'm gonna go with a 6-10.
I go 7-9. So I'm at 7-9. Tyler's at 6-10. 6-10. Next up, we got the Bengals. The Bengals last season were the team to come out of this.
They were
division.
the little miracle team.
Yeah, I mean that
nobody
with,
saw
with a
coming.
wide receiver core with AJ Green, and now they're running back. Can't even think of his name. He's supposed to be really good. Dirty. That's gonna be So they play the Ravens first. I think we both said that they beat the Ravens. Then they play the Falcons.
They beat them.
Yeah, they beat the Falcons.
And the Titans.
They beat the Titans. Yeah.
Lose to the Patriots.
Yep. Week 5, they lose to the Patriots.
And the Panthers.
They lose to the Panthers. Yeah.
And the Colts.
Yep.
Beat the Ravens again.
Yep.
Beat the Jags.
Yep.
Beat the Browns.
Yep.
Lose to the Saints.
Yep.
Beat the Texans.
Nope.
Beat the Bucks.
I think they lose to the Texans.
Okay. Beat the Bucks.
Yep.
Lose to the Steelers.
Yep.
Lose to the Browns.
Nope.
And the Broncos.
Yep.
And lose to the Steelers again. Because they're playing at Steeler Field.
Oh.
Or Heinz Field. My bad.
No, they win one. The Steelers like to split.
All
So
right.
I'm at 7 and 9 again.
I'm at 7-9 also.
That's my go-to apparently in this division. Oop, that's not what I wanted. So we're both at 7-9 for that one. Next we'll move on to. Wow, we really got the Bengals at 7-9.
They got a really rough schedule.
Yeah, they do. Oh man, that's gonna be something. I don't know who wins this division.
Just no winning teams in this division.
I don't know. Okay, Browns play the Steelers first.
Lose.
Yep.
Lose to the Saints.
Yep.
Lose to the Ravens.
Yep.
Beat the Titans.
Yeah, they'll beat the Titans.
Lose to the Steelers again.
Yep.
Beat the Jags.
They lose to the Jags. At this point, the Jags put in Blake Bortle.
Okay. Lose to the Raiders because MJD might be old, but he's gonna run all
Yep.
over them.
Okay.
Beat the Bucks
Yep.
and lose to the Bengals.
Yep.
Texans.
Yep.
Falcons.
Yep.
Bills.
Nope.
Colts.
Yes.
Bengals again.
Yes.
Panthers and Ravens.
All right. I'm looking at 13-3.
3-13.
3-13. Yeah. No, they're 13-3.
I'm
That's
going
what
with 4-12.
I can see 4-12. That's a 12-4. And finally, we're going with the Steelers.
I guess maybe the Steelers will win one again. They
I-
beat the Browns and the Ravens
Yep.
and the Panthers. I think the Panthers are still. They're going to still be struggling, not figuring out what to do.
At the Panthers, their defense is good, but Cam Newton's still hurt.
But it's a Monday night game.
They don't have wide receivers. This one's tough. This one's up in the air, but I'll say they win.
Beat the Bucks,
Yep.
Wow, they have a great schedule this year.
Yeah, they do.
Beat the
Beat the
Jags.
Beat the Browns. No,
Beat
they
the
split
Texans.
one with the Browns.
Alright.
They love to split with the Browns.
Beat the Jags. Lose to the Browns. Beat the Texans.
Oh, I think they lose to the Texans.
Lose to the Colts.
Yep.
Beat the Ravens.
They lose one at the Ravens.
Beat the Jets. Beat the Titans.
Yep.
Lose to the Saints.
Yep.
Beat the Bengals.
At,
First time.
okay.
No,
so
they lose for the first time
They
with the
lose.
Bengals.
They lose at the Bengals. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Beat the Falcons.
Okay.
Lose to the Chiefs.
I think they beat the Chiefs.
And beat the Bengals.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna go with a solid 7-9.
7-9. I got 10-6. That's what I got. 10-6. They got an easy schedule.
Yeah, they did.
That was
So actually, put mine to 9-9. Sorry, 9-8. 9-7. Jesus.
9-7. All right. So the NFC North, we have the Steelers winning the NFC North at. I have 10-6. Tyler has 9-7. Tying for second, the Ravens. I have the Ravens 7-9. Tyler has the Ravens 6-10. I have the Bengals at 7-9. Tyler has 7-9. So I have them tying. Tyler has the Bengals a little better. And then the Browns we think are still going to bottom out. I got 3-13. Tyler thinks they're going to be a tad bit better at 4-12.
Woo.
So next, man, I can't believe that schedule for the Steelers is that easy.
Yeah, they got a good one.
I mean, I didn't think we.
Looks like the Texans got a rough one though.
Yeah, and I didn't think the Steelers would be any good this year. But after looking at that schedule, it's looking interesting. It looks like it may be something. But I think the Bengals are going to do better than we projected them to. I think the Bengals win the division, but I don't see it.
And the Texans are gonna have a rough year.
Texans. All right, they started for the Redskins.
They're gonna beat the Skins to begin with. Actually, no, they're gonna lose because Deshaun Jackson's gonna go all over them. And then Alfred Morris is gonna run right up the gut. It's gonna be a rough one. And the Redskins defense is looking pretty good this year.
But I don't know if they put it together yet. I think with a new coach and RG3.
The Texans actually beat the Broncos in the
Yeah, but I mean,
in the preseason.
yeah, preseason.
No Peyton. No motion. I think they beat the Redskins first game.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Beat the Raiders.
Yeah.
Lose to the Giants.
No.
And that they're at Giant Stadium. Playing against Victor Cruz and this Andre Williams kid just came out of nowhere. Our defense has gotten better. Jason Pierre-Paul's back. So they're going to lose to the Giants.
Okay, I'll take the loss to the Giants. I'll take that one.
Beat the Bills.
Yep.
Lose to the Cowboys.
No, I think they beat the
They're
Cowboys.
playing at Cowboy Stadium,
I
though.
still think they beat the Cowboys.
The Cowboys don't choke till second half of the season.
This is true, but I think they don't beat the Cowboys. I think the Texans are going to be surprised this year.
Lose to the Colts.
Yeah.
We already called them losing to the Steelers because
Yeah.
they're playing at Steelers Stadium.
Yeah.
Beat the Titans.
Yeah.
Destroyed by the Eagles.
Yeah.
Lose to the Browns.
No.
They're playing at Brown Stadium.
I don't think the Browns are good.
Yeah, we have them at like 3-13.
Yeah, you got 4-12, so you got to take this game.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Lose to the Bengals.
Yeah.
Beat the Titans.
Yeah.
Beat the Jags.
They lose that one because it's at the Jacksonville. And Bortles is in.
Destroyed again by the Colts.
Yep.
Ravens beat them.
Yep.
And win against the Jags at home.
All right, I got them at 9-7.
The hell?
I got them at 9-7.
I got them at 8-8.
That's not that far off from what I said. You acted like I was ridiculous saying 9-7, and then you go 8-8.
Yeah, I was gonna try to keep it close to you.
But I mean, okay, the Redskins.
Because really, I have them at 6-10.
Redskins is up in the air. They can
You
either
know what?
win
Just
or
change me
lose.
to 6-10.
Okay, Redskins can win or lose that. That game's up in the air.
Yep.
The Raiders. I think they beat them, but again, you like Maurice Jones-Drew, so I can see them losing there, depending on how good Derek Carr is. The Giants, I think they could beat the Giants, but it also depends how bad Eli is this year.
One bad year.
One horrible year. Not even a bad is an understatement.
One god-awful year.
The Bills are bad. I think they win that. The Cowboys, they could lose to the Cowboys.
They will lose to the Cowboys.
They could lose to the Cowboys. They lose to the Colts. They lose to the Steelers. They beat the Titans. I will be surprised if the Titans win a game at this pace. They get smacked by the Eagles. They
destroyed.
That's don't tune into that one. The Browns, I think they beat the Browns. I don't think the Browns are that good. I don't like Fitzpatrick at quarterback though. That's the problem. But we'll see. But they don't get the wild card because I said the Dolphins did. They have the same record. And the Dolphins take that tiebreaker. Next, the Colts, the team that I said is going to have the best quarterback in the league this year.
They've got actually rough first start of the schedule.
Yeah.
and
So they start off with the Broncos.
I think they beat the Broncos. I think the Broncos get shocked in the beginning and lose.
I
No,
think
never mind. They're playing at the Broncos. They're losing.
and I think that they're not they have a mindset of we're not gonna like let up
Yeah.
after last year. So I think they lose that.
And then
They
they lose.
they're at home versus the Eagles. I think they beat the Eagles.
Yeah, because the Eagles' defense isn't looking too great.
Yeah, even but I don't know. Shady's good.
Yeah.
Shady's gonna run all over them. I
And
think
Nick Foles is Bradley Cooper, Nick Foles, Brent Selleck. That's a pretty solid offense.
I think they win though.
You think Eagles win?
No, I think
The Colts win?
the Colts win.
So 1-1 so far.
Yep.
Destroy the Jags.
Yep.
Beat the Titans.
Yep.
Beat the Ravens.
Oh wait. Yep.
Beat the Texans.
Yep.
Beat the Bengals.
Yes, because it's home.
Beat the Steelers.
Yeah.
Beat the Giants.
Yeah.
Lose to the Patriots.
Oh yeah, I'll give you that one.
Beat the Jags.
Yep.
Beat the Skins.
No, they lose the Redskins. That's their one game they shouldn't have lost that they do.
Okay. Beat the Browns.
Yep.
And the Texans.
They play the Texans twice. I don't know if they can sweep the
Yes, they can.
okay, yeah, I'll go.
They're
with
going to play the Cowboys, and they should lose to the Cowboys. The Cowboys will be 8-6 at this point, and they're playing at Cowboy Stadium. But because the Cowboys choke, the Cowboys
The
will
Cowboys
lose.
got to finish 8-8, so they have to lose the last two.
Yeah, so they're going to lose. And then they beat the Titans.
The Cowboys lose. The
Yeah,
Colts
Cowboys
win.
lose.
Clear it
Cowboys
up, yes.
lose.
So I have them at a tying with the best in the league right now, at a 13-3 with the Patriots. Where do you got them at?
I got them at 14-2.
You got them 14-2. So you have them the best so far out of what we ranked.
Yes.
So who are the two losses? You said the Broncos and
The Broncos and the Patriots.
Broncos and the Patriots. Yeah, I think the third they could lose to the Eagles. So I think that's gonna be a thing. Oh, this guy's trying to talk to you. So next we got Jacksonville. Jacksonville. Okay. Jacksonville has a caveat. My thing has a caveat. Is that fair? Am I allowed to do that?
Sorry, I was. Oof.
My
Attention
thing,
span.
my Jacksonville record has a caveat.
What?
By like the third game, they start Blake Bortles.
If Bortles isn't started by the third game, they lose all but one.
If Bortles if Bortles did not play any games, they win they win 2 games. But I'm gonna say Bortles.
If Bortles starts, they win 6 games.
Okay, versus Eagles, regardless of
Loss.
who's starting, lose.
And Skins and the Colts.
At the Skins, yes, and I still don't think Bortles is playing. And versus the Colts, I think they lose that.
Chargers will be their first win.
Chargers they won't win because they're at the Chargers. And it's gonna
Yeah,
be,
it is. Yeah, I get
and
that.
it's gonna be Bortles' first game.
So actually,
it'll
their first one's gonna be at the Titans because they're gonna lose to the Steelers. So they're gonna start 0-5. Sorry.
That sounds right.
Then they're gonna beat the Titans
Yep.
and the Browns
Yep.
and the Dolphins, and then lose out.
They do not beat the Dolphins. They lose 6. They lose to the Bengals. They lose to the Cowboys. They lose to the Colts. They beat the Giants. They beat the Texans.
Whoa! The Giants are playing. No, I don't. No.
It's at home. They beat the Texans. They lose to the Ravens. They beat the Titans and they beat the Texans. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got them at 7 and 9. That seems high.
That's high.
No, I got them at like 5 and 2. Well,
5-2.
5 and 2.
Now I'm gonna go with 5-12.
Wait, is that's
Yeah,
not
that's not
right?
even right.
No,
It would
it's
be,
11 and 5 and 11.
yeah.
That's what I'm gonna have them at. You want a 4 and 12 or 5 and 11?
I'm gonna go with 6-10.
6 and 10. And this is all okay. This is Bortles playing, guys. If Bortles
Yeah, that's a
did not
caveat
play,
if Bortles starts. If Bortles doesn't start, they will not win one.
no, it's gonna be bad. Oh, let's see here. We got the Chiefs. No, we got the Titans. Sorry, they start off with the
Oh,
Chiefs.
God. Okay, lose to the Chiefs.
At the Chiefs, yes.
Lose to the Cowboys.
Yes.
Lose to the Bengals.
Yes.
Lose to the Colts.
Yes.
Beat the Browns.
Yes.
Lose to the Jags.
Um.
If Bortles starts.
If Bortles starts, yes.
Lose to the Redskins.
Okay.
Lose to the Texans.
Yes.
Lose to the Ravens.
Yes.
Lose to the Steelers.
Yes.
Destroyed by the Eagles.
I think the Eagles lose that.
At home.
I think this is the game that the Eagles shouldn't have lost that they do.
Beat the Texans.
Texans, yeah.
Lose to the Giants.
Yes.
Lose. Win to the Jets.
I think the Jets beat them.
Lose to the Jags.
Yep.
And lose to the Colts.
Yep. I got them at 13-3.
Wow, really?
Yep.
13-3.
Yep.
I got them at 2-14.
3-13, and Tyler's got 2-14. Are we saying they're the worst team in the league
Yes.
so far, looking at the schedule wise? And to round out the AFC, we're looking at the AFC West.
A hard division.
Yeah, it consists of the Broncos, Chiefs,
Raiders, and Chargers.
Raiders, and Tyler's really on the Chargers, but he yet hasn't really been on the Chargers. If that makes any sense.
You tried.
So, Denver Broncos start off with the Colts.
They win that.
They do win that.
They beat the Chiefs.
Yes.
They lose to the Seahawks.
At the Seahawks? Nope.
Yes.
Redemption game. They win.
No.
Yep.
No.
Nothing to do.
Beat the Cardinals.
They lose to the Cardinals.
At home?
Yep.
In October.
Yep.
Why?
The Cardinals' defense is absurd.
The Broncos' offense is absurd.
I'm just saying. I think they lose to the Cardinals.
Beat the Jets.
Yep.
Lose to the 49ers.
I think they beat the 49ers.
Beat the Chargers.
Yep.
Lose to the Patriots.
Oh.
At Patriots Field. It is November 2nd. We did talk about that earlier. So they win. They win against the Patriots.
Yeah.
Beat the Raiders.
Yep.
Lose to the Rams.
Lose to the Rams
Yes.
with no quarterback?
That's going to be because the Rams defense is good. And that's going to be the one that they get cocky at. And it's going to be cold. No, it won't be St. Louis.
In a dome.
Yeah, so I still think they're going to lose.
Okay.
Beat the Dolphins.
Yep.
Lose to the Chiefs.
Yep.
Beat the Bills.
Yep.
Lose to the Chargers. At the Chargers Stadium.
It's warm now. I'm going to say no.
Beat the Bengals.
Yep.
Beat the
No, they
Raiders.
lose to the Bengals.
I've got them not having a great year.
What is not a great year?
I got 10-6.
10-6?
Yep.
I got 12-4. And you got 10-6?
Yep.
All right, you guys can go bet all of this. Bet your house on all of this, guys. Play the Titans first, so easy W, right?
Dubs. Lost to the Broncos.
Yep.
Beat the Dolphins.
Nope, they lose to the Dolphins. At Dolphins.
You really do not like the Chiefs this year.
I really like the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are going to do well.
Lose to the Patriots.
Yep.
Lose to the 49ers.
I think they shock the 49ers.
Shocking. Lose to the Chargers.
I think they beat the Chargers.
Beat the Rams.
Yes.
Beat the Jets.
Yes.
Beat the Bills.
Yes.
Lose to the Seahawks.
Yes.
Beat the Raiders.
Yeah.
Beat the Broncos.
Yep. No.
Yeah,
They lose to the Broncos.
Beat the Cardinals.
They lose to the Cardinals.
Beat the Raiders.
They beat the Raiders.
I don't know how to call the Steelers one.
I think they beat the Steelers.
And then they lose to the Chargers again.
No, they'll win that one. It's at home.
You're wrong.
I got them at what? 8? No.
I got them 8-8.
8-8.
Yeah.
Oof. I got them at 10-6. For me not liking them, I put them higher than you. Don't know if you realize that.
I don't know math. I are not do math. I go ODU.
Our mouse just disappeared. There it is.
Hmm.
So now we got the Oakland Raiders. The Raiders.
All right. They're going to start off with beating the Jets.
Yeah. No, they have a rookie quarterback. They lose versus the Jets. At the Jets.
Beat the Texans.
No, they lose to the Texans.
Lose to the Patriots.
Yep.
Lose to the Dolphins.
Yep.
Lose to the Chargers.
Yep.
Lose to the Cardinals.
Yep.
Beat the Browns.
Yep.
Lose to the Seahawks.
Yeah, okay. Nope, they win. They beat the Seahawks.
So you're going to have them losing to the Dolphins at home, but winning against the Seahawks, where the Seahawks have yet to be beat.
The Seahawks they got to lose one. They got to lose one.
They already are going to lose one.
They
Just not against the Raiders.
They lose that one.
Lose against the Broncos.
Yep.
Lose against the Chargers.
Yeah.
Lose against the Chiefs.
Yep.
Beat the Rams.
Yep.
Lose against the 49ers.
Lose against the yeah.
Lose against the Chiefs. Beat the Bills. Lose against the Broncos.
You said lose against the Chiefs, beat the Bills. Yes.
So I've got them at like 4-12.
Yeah, I got them about the same. So we both got them at 4-12. That's going to be one of the worst ones there. And finally, let's wrap it up. Wrap up the AFC with the San Diego Chargers.
So they're going to start at the Cardinals. And at the Cardinals, I think they're going to lose. I think Fitzgerald finally comes back.
I think the defense does well.
I think they're going to shock the Seahawks with a win. At home,
At home, but I think that I think the Seahawks beat them.
beat the Bills
Yep.
and the Jags and the Jets and the Raiders.
Yep.
And the Chiefs.
Yep.
Lose to the Broncos.
Yes, because it's at the Broncos.
Beat the Dolphins.
Yeah, warm weather. I think they beat the Dolphins.
Beat the Raiders and the Rams and the Ravens.
Yep.
Lose to the Patriots.
No, they lose to the Ravens. At Ravens.
Lose to the Patriots.
Yep.
Lose to the Broncos.
They beat the Broncos this time.
Lose to the 49ers.
Yep.
And beat the Chiefs.
Yep.
So I've got them at 10-6.
I got them at 9-7. So 9-7. And Tyler's at 10-6. So let's recap. We'll start with all of them. We'll start with the AFC East. The Buffalo Bills, not going to have a good season. Going to finish near the bottom, but not dead last. They're going to be, I have 4-12. Tyler has 5-11. The Dolphins, I have as my wild card team at 9-7. And Tyler has them at 8-8 and missing the playoffs. You haven't told us a wild card team. Patriots, we both have at 13-3. We think they wreck that division pretty easily. And then the Jets bottom out. I got 4-12 tying the Bills. Tyler has them at 3-13.
And my wild card's going to be the Steelers, by the way.
The Steelers win their division is what we got.
Oh, crap, you're right.
So the Ravens, we got
In that case, it's going to be the Broncos. Yep, wild carding. Because they're not going to beat the Chiefs. Wait. God, I'm awful at this.
So the Bills, I got
I'll be right back.
The Bills, I got 4-12. No, we just went over the Bills. Sorry about that. The Ravens, I got it 7-9. Tyler's got it 6-10. They may do a little better than that, but not 100% sure. Ray Rice being out, that hurts them a lot. The Bengals, we both got it 7-9. I wouldn't be surprised if that record flipped and went maybe 9-7. Compete for the wild card spot. Maybe take the division. The Browns, I got it 3-13. Tyler's got it 4-12. They're gonna be pretty bad, even though they got Johnny Manziel, the greatest player ever. The Steelers, we both think win the division. I have them at 10-6. Tyler has them at 9-7. They have a really easy schedule. I don't think they're the best team in that division, but I think they just lucked out with the schedule. AFC South, we got the Houston Texans at 9-7, and we got I got them at 9-7. Tyler's got them at 8-8. Much better improvement on last year, I'd have to say. The Colts, I got them at 3-13. Tyler's got them at 14.
You've got them at 13-3.
13-3. Tyler's got them at 14-12. 14-2. I think Andrew Luck emerges as the best quarterback in the league this year.
Breeze.
Tyler thinks it's Breeze. Okay, so is he second best?
I think Peyton's going to keep it going. And then he'll round in at third or fourth, depending on Tom Brady.
And we both think Aaron Rodgers will fall. Do you think Aaron Rodgers will fall out of top 5?
I think he'll still be 5. I
think Jay Cutler takes him 5.
Jay Cutler didn't really pick up much for wide receivers this year.
Yeah, he just got better with the wide receivers he got. I mean, Alshon Jeffrey
is nasty.
Yeah, came out of nowhere. And then you got Brandon Marshall, obviously amazing. Matt Forte out of the backfield. He'll be okay.
He'll figure it out.
Yeah, so the Jags, we're still in the AFC South here. The Jags are 5. I got it 5-11. Tyler's got it 6-10. This is all though if Bortles plays.
That's the caveat.
Yeah, if Bortles
there isn't, they win 1.
Yeah, maybe 2. If they get really lucky, 3 if they catch a team that's already made the playoffs and resting their players. And the Titans, somehow worse than the Jags, at 3-13 for me. Tyler's 2-14.
The Titans just don't have anything anymore.
Yeah, they Kenny Britt had.
He had one good year.
Yeah,
it wasn't even a year. It was like 4 games.
All right, and in the West, we got to round out the AFC. We got the Broncos. I got it 12-4. Tyler's got it 10-6, but it sounds like he might be changing that because you
What?
said
What?
you said the Broncos were going to be a wild card and the Chiefs win it.
No, I'm not changing.
Okay, so
I mean,
I
Chargers will be the wild card,
okay.
and Broncos win it.
All right, so I got the Chiefs at 10-6. Ooh, they get the other wild card spot, and they play. Or and Tyler's got them at 8-8, just missing the playoffs. The Raiders, we both agree 4-12. Not the worst team in the league or in the AFC, but
But close.
they're going to be bad. And round out the AFC, we have the Chargers. I have 9-7. They just missed the wild card, and Tyler's got them at 10-6, winning the wild card spot. So we'll actually do the NFC next show.
Yeah, next show sounds like a
What-
good idea.
We're gonna
The guy behind us says he started 10 minutes ago, so we're gonna have to talk this out with Haley and all that. But,
yeah,
looks
but
like,
it's definitely not.
yeah,
He's
that's what I said.
wrong. So we're gonna continue till 6:30
Woo.
because that's what we do. We'll go back to USA basketball first. All right, basketball. Donald Sterling. We didn't get to talk about that a whole lot.
It's over and done with, and I don't want to be another white man's take.
Yeah, that was. I'm not gonna. No comments there. But
I think what's said behind closed doors, no matter how bigoted, no matter how racist, you do have freedom of speech and freedom of property.
now
What he said was messed up.
Yeah.
It was stupid. It
Mhm.
was awful. He's an evil human being, but that's even before this racist stuff came up.
Yeah.
He's always been an evil guy.
Yeah.
But I don't think it is in the right of the NBA to take away his personal property.
See,
I think they should have upped the fine by
I-
a lot.
now is that his personal property?
It is. He paid for it. That is his. Nobody else pays for it but him.
But the NBA does have to clear it.
The NBA clears it, but I mean, if I want to buy pants, it has to be cleared by Kohl's for me to get it from them.
But Kohl's can
They can't
recall,
take it back.
They can recall the pants and you have to bring them back.
That's if the pants have gone bad for some reason and
Or
my
they could
crotch
just make-
catches on
they could
fire.
just make it up.
But I think no matter how evil the guy is, which he is, without a shadow of a doubt, he would fire people and make them and sue them if they wanted their paycheck.
Mhm.
He was racist.
Yeah, he was a horrible.
He wouldn't
person.
hire people because of different reasons. He is an awful human being.
Yeah.
But I do not think it is in the league's right or the government's right to tell him he needs to sell his team because of his personal views. We are in America, and I have my freedom of speech.
I think it really doesn't
That
matter.
and it shouldn't happen.
He got-
It happened in California,
Yeah.
where it has to be a two-man consent law for that to be used in court, not a one-person consent. And
Well,
it was
never-
only consented by her
it-
to be used. It was used in court. Those phone calls were used in court,
Oh, I didn't know it was using.
which is why he
I didn't know
lost.
they went to court.
So the board of governors and even it even got involved in our actual government saying he needed to do something and get fined. I understand we need to clear racism in America, but as Morgan Freeman said, if we want to clear it, we got to stop talking about it. And making it a huge public debacle, a huge ordeal, just made it so much more prevalent, and then at the same time took away what sadly is his.
Yeah, but also I can't feel too bad for him.
I don't feel bad for him at all.
He just made $2 billion. That's
Yeah.
B with a B.
It's B with a B.
That's a B.
Yeah.
He made $2 billion. That's it. He's
It shouldn't have. It
86.
should not have gone for $2 billion.
Okay, but
Good God.
the guy that bought it, Steve Ballmer, loves basketball, and he had that money. I also
Yeah.
think he's moving it to Seattle. He's from Microsoft, former CEO of Microsoft. Seattle really wants a basketball team. Why always live in the shadow of the Lakers? Even if you're better than them right now, you're always going to live in that shadow. Just move to Seattle.
Might as well.
I think it's up for debate there.
I just think it's a very thin line that's being traversed right here. If you can take it away for saying something like that, who knows what in the future the NBA can take away your private property for.
This is.
Obviously it's on the left side of a huge, it's not a this is a black and white matter of what he said, but it's a very gray area of where you can take away someone's property.
Yeah.
for it. If
but-
he had said, yeah, I want to kill every single person on my team, I think we need to just start
No.
shooting people down. Yeah, you take it from him.
The
'cause he doesn't
only
need it
the
anymore.
only reason that they were able, or that I see okay taking it from him, is the players would have not played, and everybody would have lost money. He's not an idiot. He wants his money. That's why he's around. He knows that if he would have stayed in he would have lost money because the
and
ads
this just
pulled out
goes
and
to
everything.
show why a side chick gonna bring your business down.
But yeah, that's about all we have for basketball. We'll talk about more obviously on Thursday, same time, 4:30,
Once
6:30.
we get through football.
Um, a little bit of we'll go college football because the rules will take a little more than 10 minutes to discuss because there's a lot of new rules. So we'll go college football. We'll start with the rivalry that was ending that we mentioned at the beginning of the show if you tuned in there.
Notre
Michigan
Dame.
and Notre Dame.
That is a historic
It
rivalry.
is. It has ended a few times. There's been I think 3 times where they stopped but they picked it up later. I believe it was 1868 is when it started. So it's sad to see it end, and it's because of all the realignments and oh, I'm going ACC, you're going where Big Ten. But I mean, it'd be nice if they could work out where they still play, because that's something that
That
everybody
is.
loves to see.
I enjoyed watching that game. I'm not
Yeah.
even a Notre Dame fan or a Michigan
Neither
fan,
am I,
but
but
it's
I'm a
I'm a
sports
football
fan.
fan.
I'm a sports
It's
fan.
like watching the Yankees and the Red Sox or watching the Lakers play the Celtics.
Yeah, I mean
It's
it's not that
history.
big, but it's up
It's a
there.
nice thing to watch.
It's like an Army Navy.
Yeah.
It's kind of on that playing field. So it's kind of sad to see that end, but hopefully they'll pick it back up. College football, new playoff system.
I like
Four,
it.
4 teams get in. I wish it was 6. I think they should not go.
I think this is it's a start off year, figure out how it works.
But I don't think you go much. You go 6, if anything. You don't go bigger.
It's the first year.
But I mean,
Let them see how it works.
yeah, go see how it works. But I think 6 is they should go to 6 and stop at 6. I think anymore it's like games start to lose their meaning. Like mid-season games start to lose their meaning.
Well, I think it should be 8, but I like the idea of 8 teams,
Yeah,
especially when there's 200 of them.
that's true. But it's gonna be
And I don't like
interesting.
that the 4 teams are still picked computer-wise.
No, it's not. It's a committee.
Oh, okay.
It's a big committee, and they did a really good job. The big committee is probably one of. It's like I know Condoleezza Rice, Archie Manning.
Condoleezza Rice?
Yep, she's on there.
What?
Yeah, Archie Manning. I can't think of everybody, but it's.
Archie's just going to pick Tennessee every time.
but I
They
mean,
haven't won a game this season.
but I mean, I think everybody they chose can put away their. I mean, everybody went to college on that, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think they can all put aside their kind of
Like
bias
collegiate differences.
and do very. I think they're gonna choose really good. I think they're the best as possible. They're gonna choose as good as anybody. Everybody's gonna have disputes about stuff. Everybody's gonna say, "Oh, this team should have got in. No, this team should have got in." But you know, So with this playoff system, do you think that a repeat is in order?
I think a repeat is possible, but it won't happen.
I
I think Oregon's going to work on that defense.
uh, they didn't look good. They did not look good versus Oregon State.
Yeah.
I don't.
But they won.
They
And
did
that's
win.
necessary.
That's what
But-
matters. Alabama looked good, but they don't have a quarterback yet.
And their defense for the 3rd game in a row, that's 17 points happen. But Yeldon and that other running back are going to be, like usual for Alabama, the destructive beats like they always are in the running field.
And that's why it's okay they don't have a set quarterback yet.
Yeah.
Because
They never really had a set quarterback. It's always a game manager.
But the only problem is the SEC is stacked.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I think a repeat is possible, but not going to happen.
I think it does. Who do you think wins it then?
At
So
this
they
point,
hold on.
it's
Do you
too early.
okay?
I think Oregon.
Do you have them in the playoffs?
Yes.
You have them top 4.
Top 4.
Who's your playoff teams?
Bama,
Okay.
Oregon,
Okay.
Florida State,
Okay.
Ohio State.
No, Ohio State's quarterback went down. I don't like that. Braxton Miller's done.
He's done.
I like Florida State. I like. Oh, geez, who just played? Texas A&M look phenomenal.
Look dirty.
They look phenomenal against South Carolina. LSU and Georgia played. That was a pretty good game. But I think Florida State, you always got to put Bama in there because I think they're going to be right up there. I think Auburn falls off, which Tyler likes to hear. Pac-12. I think USC makes it.
Ooh.
I think USC is a
And
really good team.
ODU.
And ODU is the other team. No, USC is a really good team. And then I think, Boise State definitely makes it. No, fourth team. Fourth team. It's a team from the SEC. The second place in the SEC gets it.
So Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia's pretty good. I think Georgia gets it. Because I don't think the Big Ten has... If USC loses to Michigan State this Saturday, Michigan State takes USC's place.
Deal.
I think that's so. I have Florida State, Alabama, USC/Michigan State, Georgia. That's my.
So, no Bama?
I said Bama.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Bama
sorry.
was my second one. So that's what we got. Be sure you tune in next week as we discuss who in the ACC is going to win, or not. Sorry, who in the in NFC
And the
is
NFC is
what
going
the
to do the best.
record's going to do there, and we'll talk about the upcoming games.
And
since
I just
it
like
starts
to
Thursday.
say thanks to all our viewers. I know 3 of them. Good people. Jerisold, 18, and Gimpy. I know they're watching. And leave you guys off with some good news here. Justin Bieber just got arrested in Canada for assault and bad driving. So, gonna leave off some good sports and some good news about pop stars that nobody
Yep.
really likes.
And be sure you tune in next Thursday. This
Yeah,
Thursday
Tuesday.
coming up.
The Thursday. Oof.
Yep.
4:30 to 6:30.
Yep. Because that guy's wrong behind us.
Because we get 4 hours now. Because we were best
Yep.
sports show. Because we rock.
Because we're the best sports show on the planet.
And
so we're. I'm Alex.
I'm Tyler. Remember, check us out on YouTube, Cup
Yep.
Check. Follow us on Twitter,
Yep.
_radio. And I don't think we have an Instagram, but maybe we'll get there.
Oh, we do
Facebook?
have an Instagram, and we have Facebook.
Facebook, Cup Check Radio.
Yeah, Cup Check Radio. Best college radio sport.
And you guys are
In the
tuned in
world.
to WODU. I'm Tyler.
I'm Alex.
And this is the best in college radio.
And the best in the world.
Cup
Good
Check.
night.
Woo.